Hey guys, it's Core Ross and welcome to 6 News. Today we're looking at the patch notes for the mid-season balancing of Rainbow Six Siege. This is patch year 7, season 3.3, and it's going up to the test server today, and then presumably a week or two from now it'll be on live. So first, we'll start with the balancing graphs for the attackers. Looking at it, we've got quite a collection in the middle. Looking at Osa, Thermite, Nomad doing great in the middle here, with Sophia quite high up. Yana's come down a little bit with the nerfs she got, so that seems to be working out quite well. And Ash just here. And we can see that Zero's doing terrible, Sens is doing terrible, and the new operator also doing terrible. And let's see, I've been loving Grim. He hasn't been definitely the best performer for me, but I absolutely love him, and I love playing him. But it looks like he has basically coming in a very similar position to Sens. And at some point, I'm going to have to buff both of these operators. We've got a huge collection of operators here just not doing well and not getting picked well at all. And yeah, it looks like a lot of them are going to need some sort of buff in the future. But other than that, there's not much else to take away from this. Moving on to defenders. This is looking pretty decent. Clash last time was like way up here. She's now way back down here. So presumably that was a cheater thing that was causing her to be way up in the win rate. And we've got Alibi kicking ass. She's actually doing incredibly well. That is a little change from usual. And she's really pulled away from everyone else. We've got Jaeger down here, not winning so much, but he's still getting picked a chunk. We've got Melissa down here. Mute actually doing quite well. And then Valkyrie here. And then a good collection. Defenders are looking incredible. They used to be the ones which had the worst balance and graph, and they're really starting to become collected in the middle. And we've got a lot of good operators in here. Azami, apparently one of the best balanced operators. Same with Aruni as well. And yeah, everyone just a nice collection in there. Then we've got Cav pulling out here, but we've got a lot in the least picked. Not too many though, I would say. And then Chanka doing very, very bad down here. I wonder what they'll do with Chanka to try and improve him. Obviously Clash doing horribly. But anyway, let's move on to the ban graphs. So we've got Thatcher, Jackal, then No Ban, then Nuke, then Monty. And for all these graphs, it's ranked PC, Platinum, and above. The balancing is from all the ranking that they look at, but they give us a kind of cut down the top end so we can see exactly what's going on when it comes to the high end of play. Then we've got Mira, Valkyrie, Kaid, Noban, and Capcan. Oh yeah, and I should say right now, the pocket EMPs have done nothing to Thatcher's ban rate at all. Obviously, he is still being picked for his ability to EMP, and he's still better than the pocket EMP, but it could be early days. We might see that change over time. Then we have operator balancing. This is where it gets very interesting. So Dokkaebi is going to be able to call people who are in support mode. That is people who are dead on cameras, and they will not be able to switch off the effect, so they will be watching the entire thing until it ends, and that means they won't be able to see anything on cams until it's ended. I think you'll be able to switch to players still and watch them instead of just sitting on the cam looking at Dokkaebi's icon, but we'll see that in the test server and be able to test it out. Then we've got this one, which was a season and a half ago that we first seen it on the test server by accident, and it is the armor will now grant withstand, so that is self-revive. So anyone wearing Rook armor will now be able to get themselves back up when they're downed, and that is going to be awesome. And of course, Rook armor kind of guarantees that you get downed unless you get shot in the head. So yeah, brilliant. And now the next one is a big one that I wasn't expecting to see, and it's Doc's projectiles will heal for 200 HP from 40 HP. They're also going to add the bailiff in as a secondary option, and it'll be a third option over what he's already got. Now you might be going nuts over this 200 HP, but you shouldn't be. It's actually not crazy. But what it means is every operator you shoot with it will go back up to full health, plus a little bit of an overheal, and it will be a little bit of an overheal, as you'll see shortly. We've got Castle, he's getting a new pistol, and that's again a third option. So interesting, he's already got a pistol, but he's getting another one. And then we've got Kali, who's getting an increase in damage. So of course, Kali's sniper rifle has changed a lot over the time, and it's gone up and down in damage, and apparently it's going back up with 135 damage from the 127. So that will slightly change how we see her play out, and they say this is to kind of counter the new Rook utility with their self-revive. So just give them a little bit more damage, more guarantee that you'll actually down someone, but we'll have to test it out and kind of see how exactly it's going to play out. Then we've got Kaid. He's going to get more ammo for his slug shotgun, the TCSG-12. And the same for Goyu, he's also getting more ammo for his slug shotgun. Decent options for them. Then we've got an overheal change. So you used to be able to overheal to 40. You now only overheal 20 HP over the base health of the operator, and the base health of the operator is decided by their armor, or their health rating now, and that means that that 200 HP heal will never go over the 20 HP of an overheal on those operators. So they're not going to be running around with 200 HP, but they're obviously going to get a full heal every time Doc hits them with the healing pistol. But obviously, I can only imagine that he's going to shoot himself most of the time. And they say here, we hope to reduce any frustration caused by boosted characters, as well as normalizing the limits of overheal. So I think this plays into that Doc heal, and obviously this will affect like Thunderbird and stuff like that. And then we have recoil attachments, and I don't know if this is good or bad, because they don't actually have a description of it. They just say increase recoil bonus to 20%, and they say this is going to target everyone. So is that making recoil 20% worse, 20% better with attachments, or what? I don't have a clue. And of course, controller and the PC recoil are completely separated now, but obviously they say all, so I assume this is going to also affect controllers as well as mouse and keyboard, but they don't have a description. They just say recoil attachments, so I presume a barrel attachment is now doing something different. Either it's reducing recoil more or less. It's hard to tell if that's good or bad. All right, Ross from slightly in the future, just giving you an update on the barrel attachment. So this is a buff for all barrel attachments that reduce recoil, so compensator, flashlight, yada yada, but not suppressor. So it is making all of those attachments better, which might mean that the suppressor, it's just had the age of the suppressor with its massive boost having no damage reduction now, but now that we've got 20% less recoil on the other attachments, then that might mean that the age of the suppressor is over, as the other ones might be now superior, and this should probably impact both PC and console recoil. So yeah, an overall buff to recoil, considering they decided to come down really hard on the recoil changes and give everything, a significant chunk more recoil than usual, although not all weapons were equally increased in recoil. But this might mean that they're taking a step back from the seriously hard recoil that they were going for, and now it looks like they're softening it for all weapons, which should make recoil considerably better on every single gun when this mid-season patch comes out. Anyway, let's move into conclusion. So the Doc heal is interesting. Did not expect that. Did not see that coming. The obviously self-revive with Rook, we knew that was coming, and the Doc could be being able to logic bomb defenders who are dead. We knew that was coming as well. I don't think this is going to be a huge change to gameplay, but it means the Doc can be use it kind of like last minute in a match when you're putting the diffuser down and stuff like that. The Rook one's going to play a big part, I think, because that means a lot of defenders will now be able to pick themselves up, and that should change gameplay quite a bit, I think, especially with a reduction in damage from grenades now. I could see that having a big impact on a lot of players getting killed from below and things like that, and now being able to self-revive. The castle change just seems like a pistol, so I don't expect to see anything different there. He already has a pistol, so it's just another option for him. The Kali change, I don't think this will have too much impact either, but we'll see. And this is just lovely to give the shotgun more ammo, and then overheal being reduced is probably good, but it will actually reduce some of the healing benefits of people like Doc. But that is the mid-season patch. Now, presumably this will be on a test server for 1 or 2 weeks. Once it launches, we'll probably go into the Halloween event. And that's really what I'm looking forward to. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think of all this, and I'll catch you next time.